Hello guys, it's Tom and welcome back to a brand new video, and this is part number 4 of my from 2015 Zero2Hero career mode, and we're here under the twilight of Bahrain here, under the beautiful floodlights, and this track definitely looks 10 times better in night compared to when it does during the day. And we're here in Bahrain, a track that I actually don't mind on this game. It's a pretty good track, obviously because the curbs are no longer auto spin. You can just use the curbs nicely, they don't spin you out or anything. They're much more enjoyable. Now as you can see, we're here in practice as per usual, but we're not going to focus too much on the actual practice session itself. We had good pace around here, I just never really got a chance to get a proper lap in, but I'm feeling confident for the race, and this is one of the reasons why I couldn't get a proper lap in practice, because as you see, I always seem to bump into a little bit of traffic, and that cost me about half a second or so, because Mary came back at me, as you can see, and he still held up my inside, so that cost me a little bit of time, and it happened loads of times during practice. But nevertheless, the main focus this race is try and get some upgrades, because after the last race in China we had an absolute shocker, and if you guys remember, we got we only got 2 downgrades, which wasn't too bad, but when we spun the wheel we actually got we basically lost our 4 most recent upgrades, and we only had 5 at the time. So all we've got this race to modify is our our rear wing. So for this race we've got basically a default setup with the rear wing set to, I believe, 2, I think, so, or 1. I think it's actually set to 1, so we're going to struggle a little bit in the straights, but nevertheless we're going to get into the race and we're going to see how we get on for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Take me home with you. I'm in between, I can't decide what you would do to me. My heart is lost without you next to me. We have to
So here we are then, it's race day, and as you can see, we're way down in 20th place, and I've changed up the style of the video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. The videos will be like this from now on, unless you guys don't like it and you want me to change it once again. I got a lot of comments of you guys saying that you don't like the Crofty and Anthony Davidson talking because you've heard it all before, which is fair enough. So we're going to do this new style, and before the video starts guys, there are no replay counts for this race because I actually used a mid-session save and I lost my first half of the race footage. But nevertheless, we go up to 5 red lights for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and we are underway, and it's actually a horrible start, getting a lot of wheel spin and having a bit of a wiggle off the initial start. But now we're going into turn number 1. We're going to get past the 2 manners, presumably up the inside, and also Jensen Button there and Verstappen maybe. Are we going to go up the inside? No, we're not. He closes the door on us, so we've only got past both of the manners and Button so far, but Button actually comes straight back up the inside, and really aggressive move there, and shuts the door on us straight away. So we've got to try and re-overtake Button as we go along the outside of the British driver here, and we're going to pass him way before turn number 3, and now we're going to see if we can try and pass Alonso and Verstappen, as Verstappen gets a horrible exit out of turn 4 into turn 5. We're going to go up the inside of the Dutch driver here, and we're going to make the move stick, and we're also going to see if we can try and pass Alonso up the inside of the hairpin here. Are we going to make a move? Yes we do. We passed Nico Hulkenberg as well in the process, so a double overtake there, and we're now up into P14. Hulkenberg, however, is coming back as upper inside. Is he going to pass us up the inside of the hairpin here? Is he going to go for it? We're going to try and hang it around the outside, and we are going to manage to hold it nicely around the outside, and Hulkenberg has to yield, and we're up into P14. So a pretty good start to the race so far. Not ideal. We've had better starts, obviously. We had to get a little bit faster with the AI there in a couple of corners, but overall not too bad of a start. And now we're going to see if we can try and pass Carlos Sainz, who's ahead of us, and like I said in practice, our pace was really good around here, so I'm hoping that we can really carry on that race pace that we had in practice into the race. And we're here on the back of Sainz now, and we're actually getting a nice bit of slipstream down this back straight. Can we pass him up the inside into the final corner? We are going to go for it. We're going to line him up for a move up the inside, and it is a textbook move up the inside of the final corner into P13. Now skipping later on in the race, and now as you can see, we're behind Felipe Nasr, and we're all over his gearbox, and we almost went for a move up the inside there, but similar to the Sainz overtake just a lap ago. Now we're going up the inside of Felipe Nasr, going into the final corner, and who's going to break latest? It's going to be us, and we're going to hold up the inside. Nasr's going to try and hold it around the outside, but runs deep, and it's a move for us. Well done. And we're up in the P12, and there's actually a car coming into the pits there. I just realised early pit stop for somebody there. I don't know what happened there, but nevertheless we're lap number 4 now, and DRS is enabled as per usual, and as you can see, we're actually going to try and line up Ricardo for a move up the inside of turn number 1 here, and he broke really early because it seems like the cars in front of him were slowing him down a little bit, and we just tried to slide up the inside and we made the move stick. So a nice overtake there on Daniel Ricciardo for P9, and we are now into the points, which is a nice added bonus to the overtake. Now, as you can see on lap 5, we're behind both of the Lotuses of Grosjean and Maldonado, I believe, who are being held up by Red Bull, I think is up front, I can't tell, but we're actually going to get a really good run on Grosjean here. Are we going to double up the inside of the hairpin? Yes, we do. We double up the inside of the Frenchman there, run out nice and wide to try and squeeze him onto the curb, and we make the move over to P8, so it's a very nice overtake there on Grosjean, actually, and I was definitely really pleased with that move at the time. And now we're on the back of Pastor Maldonado, Grosjean's teammate, and as you can see, coming out the final corner now, we're going to open up the DRS right there. As you can see, we're going to set one of our personal best lap of the race, and we're in the slipstream off Pastor Maldonado with the DRS, but he's also got DRS on Kvyat. But we are going to try and go for the dive bomb up the inside of turn number 1, and it's a really nice move there. Daniel Ricciardo, Hungary-esque in 2015, if any of you guys can remember the numerous amount of dive bombs he did in Hungary in real life in 2015 Hungary Grand Prix. And that was a very nice dive bomb from quite far back on the Venezuelan driver there. And now on to the end of lap number 6, we're on the back of Kvyat, and he's got very slow straight line speed in that Renault, and we're going to just fly up the inside of the final corner, but we run really deep somehow. We just seem to completely miss our braking point, and Kvyat has actually re-overtaken us, so a bit of a freak incident then. I don't normally do that, but I just seem to completely misjudge my braking zone, and instead of locking up, I decided to just run deep into the dirty cement, you could say, and just take a wide line and try and rejoin. But this time on lap 7, we're going to do the exact same move once again, but this time we are going to brake a little bit earlier, a little bit of contact there between us, but we are going to make the move this time. And Kvyat is, however, going to come back us around our outside, surprisingly, but we should have DRS on the Russian, and this time hopefully we can put the move to bed finally with the DRS. Here we go down the straight, and we make the move nice and easy, and hopefully that will be the last time that we have to pass Daniel Kvyat, because that was getting a little bit leery there towards the end, and not exactly what we wanted, as we briefly go down to first gear actually there for turn 1, which is not what you want. But now we are finally up into P6, and now we can see we can try and hunt down some points and try and catch our teammate. And as you can see, on that lap number 10, everybody's in the pits. The entire top 5 were in the pit lane, and I was going to pit that lap, but because I saw my teammate in and all the other cars, I decided to go around for another lap and decide not to stack up and lose any time. And then at the end of lap number 10, gone to lap 11, we're going to come in for our pit stop now finally, and Hamilton actually passes us there already straight away. And here comes Raikkonen as well down the pit straight, so he passes us as well, and we should rejoin in the same place, maybe just behind Massa if we're lucky. We have to see how much time people lost. There's Vettel now going down the pit straight, so he's lost a little bit of time, and there's Massa, so we are going to rejoin just behind him, but I do think that we have gained a little bit of time there on our teammate, so a pretty decent overcut there. We didn't gain a lot of time, but I think we just gained enough to say we've made a little bit of inroads into our teammate there. So that's the pit stop done, and now we're going to skip later to run in the race, and we was catching Massa pretty fast on these set of options. As you see at the end of lap number 17, going on to lap number 18, we're in the slipstream of Massa, and we're going to have DRS down the pit straight, and we're just going to make a nice simple move, pull to the inside. Our teammate's not going to pop any of a fire, and we're just going to make the move nice and easily way before turn 1, and we're up at the P5, so a nice move there. And now going to lap number 19, as you can see, we've got more cars in the pit, so everybody's pitting once again, and we're going to retake the lead of the race for the time being. But at the end of lap number 19, we are going to come in for our final pit stop, and we're going to come in for the prime tyres, I believe. So mechanics are going to have to get to work once again. There goes Lewis Hamilton, he's passed us already, and Raikkonen should be coming very soon down the pit straight, but it would be interesting to see where Vettel is. There's Raikkonen, and that's Rosberg, I believe, and Vettel's still not on the minimap yet, so we have gained a bit of time on him. We're still not seeing Vettel on the minimap, and we're about to get off the limiter now any second. And where is Vettel? We're going to go off the limiter right now. There's Vettel on our left hand side. Have we managed to make the move? No, we haven't, but we have gained. If you look at the gap, we have gained a lot of time on the German there. And on the end of that number 26, as you can see, we're on the back of Sebastian Vettel now. And are we going to line him up for a move down the pit straight here? We've had a pretty good exit out the final corner, and Vettel's actually going to really wide through the final corner. We're going to have the DRS on him now. And there we go, down the straight. We haven't got a lot of straight line speed due to the 6-1 wings we're running here, but we are going to overpower him down the straight, and we are going to get up into P4 for the time being. And we've only got a couple more laps to go now, so what we've got to do is just hold this position now for a couple more laps, 2.5 laps to be exact, and we should take home 4th place hopefully, because Raikkonen is about 10 seconds down the road. And here we are on the end of lap number 29. Lewis Hamilton wins again, the 4th race in a row Lewis Hamilton has won, so he is dominating the season so far, but we're going to come home for a brilliant 4th place, and I'll definitely take that after the last race, because that was an absolute shambles. So there we have it, official confirmation, and 4th place for us this race. A really good result, like I said, considering the absolute shambles of race we had at China, and we will take 4th place, 12 points on the board. And like I mentioned briefly, Lewis Hamilton winning his 4th race of the season, and he has won every single race, so he's got 100% record so far in 2015, and he is absolutely dominating at the minute, and no one can stop him. So we're definitely going to see if we can try and put a stop to that in the near future. But nevertheless, as you can see in the Drivers' Championship now, we're not up, sorry, we're going to stay the same. We're in P5, and we've got both Mercedes, both rows ahead of us as per usual. Ricciardo's actually snuck in between me and Massa there, so hopefully Massa can try and overturn the deficit there and try and get back in front of the Red Bull. But nevertheless, it's been a really good race here at Bahrain. As you can see also now in a moment in the Constructors, we are going to remain in 3rd place, I believe, because obviously there was no major happenings in that race. It was a pretty standard order where the race ended, and as you can see, we are in the solid 3rd place at the minute, and we've pretty much got the exact same gap to Ferrari as the gap is to Red Bull, I believe, in and around 30 to 25 points. So a very lackluster race in terms of the points changing positions, because nothing has happened. But in terms of upgrades for us, this is brilliant, because as you'll see now in a moment, if we look at the upgrade board, 4th place means we're going to have 2 upgrades, which means 2 spins of the wheel. So we're going to spin the wheel, and I definitely can't wait, because we need a couple of upgrades now, because going to Catalonia and European season, we're going to need a good car. And here we are, the first spin of the wheel, and we're going to see what we get here for the next race in Catalonia, and it is going to be the front camber, I believe. So the front camber, we're going to be editing that value for the next race in Spain. That is upgrade number 1, and now we're going to spin the wheel once again, and we're going to see what upgrade number 2 is, and it is going to be differential on throttle. So that's a pretty good upgrade, because I remember last time we got differential off throttle, so differential on throttle, a much better upgrade, because we actually do use that. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it. That is the Bahrain Grand Prix, part number 4 of my career mode. If you enjoyed it, then please smash the like button down below. If you're new around here, then please subscribe, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, there's links down below. And yeah guys, that's about it from me, so I'll see you guys next time in Catalonia. So from me, goodbye.